Hello guys, and welcome to the new episode of my compound series focused on Lawson Station. Before we get into the main area, let's talk about this building called Construction. The first spot to check is here on the left. People love to crouch there for some reason. The windows are also pretty good to shoot on the forest side. The further you go, the better you'll see. If you go upstairs and choose not to get killed because this windows doesn't render, you should take a look around, and if you're safe, go to this spot. This spot is perfect to cover the Sweetbell side and the field, the ruins and the main building. Very sneaky spot. Approaching the compound, we can notice these haystacks and how good they are to shoot from a cover. All the trains in the compound are not bulletproof. If you choose to get cover inside one of the trains, you will probably get wall banged. Like the other compounds, don't forget that you can use the oil puddle at your own advantage, and this entrance is really easy to be blocked. These boxes are 90% bulletproof. I say 90% because the corners are not, and if your shoulder is peeking, they can easily shoot it. This path is very situational. I personally don't use it, but in the right situation can be a good ambush spot if no one is behind you. These boxes share the same properties as the other ones, sort of bulletproof, but be careful with the corners. Going up, we can notice how good of a cover this wall is. Great visibility on the field, the forest and the ruins. Other thing to keep in mind is that the bridge has some gaps on the outer side and is completely made out of wood. If we check the bridge from inside Lawson, we can notice that even if it's made out of wood, it's quite problematic to shoot through it because of the metal bars. The same peeking technique can be used on the left side too, allowing you to stop the attackers from Harden. But my favorite spot to block the attackers from Harden is this one. Very sneaky and very difficult to get shot through. You can also use this spot, but it will expose you a little bit more. If you come inside from this wall crack, make sure you check this spot. You'll thank me later. The coal hill on the left serves as a good peeking spot on the forest side. Right in front of the wall, we can find this construction that can be definitely used as a cover. The sand sacks are bulletproof, but the wooden part of the construction is not. You can also definitely shoot players from the dog cage, nothing in there is bulletproof. And be careful this gap is not trapped, or trap it. Let's examine this wooden wall. From the outside there are many ways to approach this wall, and I'm going to show you the best ones. One on the right side, a bit risky and with some ground obstacles. And one on the left, way sneakier than the other one. Outside the main building are a lot of carts. Luckily they are bulletproof and you can only get shot from the corners. On the wall line, we can use these crates to get a view on the field and on the closed compound. We can also use the crates on the left, but you are a bit more exposed. The engine room is a death trap. No wall is safe and it's very open. If you can, avoid fighting from inside here. The post office is a pretty simple building, very well bangable, but still manages to hide a great spot. From this window here, you can have clear shots on the people approaching the compound, with little or zero risk to get spotted, depending on the time of the day. Let's talk about this little building. This spot is one of the best counters for the people on the roof of Blank Brinery. I bet you missed this spot right here. You can shoot whatever you want behind it. Going up, be very careful of this window. Sometimes you can even see the weapon of the guy that is crouching behind it. And that's how the window looks from the inside. This window is very underrated, but if you get nade spam from the outside, you can jump here and go behind the enemy. And if we go on top, there is a particular technique that you need to learn. You need to approach these stairs always in reverse because of the people waiting for you in these two spots. This is how easy it is to shoot directly on the ground floor and at the staircase. You can also aim at the forest side if you have the right weapon. This gap is always used to check on construction, but make sure you don't stand there for too long. Also, keep this window always closed and try to shoot through it. A similar gap can be found on the left side, and that is the reason for closing the window behind you. The metal slide is where you get the most kills. If you crouch here, you are not covered at all and it's very easy to headshot you. The only reasonable way to use the spots is from these two corners. Getting inside the lair, we need to be careful for that gap in the wall. I'll show you later why. Approaching the compound from the metal slide may look safe, but if the enemy knows this spot, you are going to have a hard time. If you engage in a fight inside, keep in mind this wall is 100% safe and you should use it as a cover. Right behind the spot, we can admire one of the best spots to shoot your enemy's feet. This window is a bit tricky. You can pick it from very close without a sniper at the cost of your weapon clipping through the texture. Or you can use the smart way and shoot from an invisible spot. From here, you can easily shoot anyone in the forest side or in construction. But I don't recommend standing there for too long. Look how easy it is to see the enemies outside from these two windows. Side note, be careful for this hook. If you cut the corner, you can get stuck. And now get ready for the cheesiest spots in the whole compound. The gaps in the floor allow you to see 360 degrees on the ground floor. And if we move on the left... If we move on the left, we can admire the best counter for the people outside. The glass window is bulletproof, but on the sides the building is open and it will allow you to shoot whoever you see. From the right side, we can see how easy it is to stop the attackers that are planning to get in from the door. From downstairs, it's almost impossible to see a thing. Let's talk about this door that is always trapped. If you throw a nade from the top left, you can destroy the trap or kill the door defender. The sliding door on the ground floor is usually ignored, but it led to a lot of lost matches. Always check this door. And if you want to check it, use this amazing spot that will give you a great advantage. As said before, the trains are not safe if you stay inside them, but from the outside you can get cover behind the wheels. If you don't have anyone on your sides. Never ignore these two barrels. People love to put alert trip mines here. Always destroy them. I've seen a lot of people trying to pick the lair windows from here. Don't do it. It just puts you in a terrible situation. But your boy Dela got you covered and will teach you another trick to counter the people inside the room. Right below this red sign, there is the soft spot of the corridor. All you have to do is shoot aiming in this little spot and you will know for sure if someone is inside. But don't stay still for too long or the guy holding this window will have his kill. These wooden and metal covers are no cover at all, don't stand behind them. And don't forget to break the windows to get better visibility on the inside. These two spots are a classic ambush spot. Make sure no one is there. And make sure no one is watching you from inside the building. And if you can, avoid pushing from this side because of these windows. This is actually quite funny. As soon as I decided to record the second part of the video, Crytek removed the Nvidia filters. I usually avoid going on the roof if we are not the last two teams fighting because of how open it is. Also, don't go up there, please, please. If you choose to pick the staircase, you need to master these spots. With time, you will pick them very fast and you will get your kill for sure. I am showing you this because I hope the Crytek will finally fix it. This spot has been here since alpha and it needs to go away. You can also pick this spot like this and get a better idea of what's going on inside. Holding the window from inside is very easy, but from the outside is kind of a suicide. You can sit here to hold the door if the glass is still intact. Or you can shoot at the sniper tower with 0% possibility of getting spotted. The building is full of these windows, but the most important one is definitely this one. It allows you to watch directly the crack in the wall. As said before, these windows are the reason why you should not approach the compound from this side. Are you guys ready for the main dish? These windows above you. These windows are a great counter for the people inside the lair, and they are very easy to use since the background will be very bright. Learn how to defend and attack these windows and you will not lose a match in this boss lair. It's definitely harder to use these spots from the outside, but they are your best chance to headshot the shotgun guy crouching behind the door. You can also break the glass to get even more visibility. Now, give me a second because the bounty is pushing us.
And now, before the next show starts, let's enjoy an intermission.
Now that we are safe, I want to teach you the most important thing about this compound. No room here is closed and you can throw what you want without even going in the next room. Learn this and this boss lair will be much easier. We reached again the end of the video, guys, and as always I hope you learned some new things. I want to say also thank you for the amazing support on the videos, on stream and Reddit, guys. You guys are the best and you make my life so much easier. I will see you guys every day on Twitch at the link in the description. Bye and be careful in the bayou.